Just, did you grow up around this area?
Were you born in Ohio?
Oh, whereabouts in Ohio?
Redford, little town down
I'm from Ohio. What part? I'm from Cleveland.
over in Cleveland. Well, I'm right down on the Indiana line almost.
Oh, I see.
Dark County, the farthest.
Oh, that's Greenville around there?
Yeah.
Did you live there very long? Or you?
Well, I was there until I was 18. I went east to college.
Where'd you go to school?
Went to Marietta College
Uh-huh.
and graduated there, and then went to Springfield College up in Springfield, Massachusetts.
Oh. How'd you happen to go to Springfield from Juniata?
Athletic College.
I see.
That's where basketball was invented. Naismith,
Oh,
their
yeah.
basketball.
Did you play basketball?
Yeah.
Did you? Did you know Naismith?
Oh, hell no. He was. Basketball was invented in 1891. I was born in 1892.
Yeah, he wasn't still there then, though.
No.
Oh, I see. Did you play basketball and baseball in Springfield?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Did track work.
Yeah, I see. Did you graduate from Springfield?
Yeah.
What'd you do then?
Well, then I went into baseball. Well, I was due to go, when I graduated, I was due to go to St. Louis then.
When did you graduate then?
I-
What year would you have graduated? Do you remember?
Yeah, 16.
1916?
Mm-hmm.
I see. And you're due to go to St. Louis?
Yeah.
How would that work out? Who signed you, or what'd you...
Well, it's kind of a funny story. When I was in Marietta College in Huntington, Pennsylvania, I played on a summer semi-pro team, and we were playing a team from Atlantic City. It was managed by Earl Mack, that's Scotty Mack's son. And they were there 3 days. And when I got back, when they left, a few days later I got a letter from Connie Mack to come down and join his club. By the way, I was a catcher then. So I did. I went down to Mack's. I stayed around there, till almost September. That was in August. And old Bert Conner, an old time ball player, was managing a club in the Ohio, Pennsylvania League. And they were at Chester, Pennsylvania at the time, and he came up there, he had no catcher, and Mac gave him me to finish the season. So I went down there and finished the season. And then after the American League season was over, well, I just naturally went back to school. So he sent me up to Utica the next year under Mike O'Neill, one of the famous old O'Neill batters. He was the pitcher. And I caught one game and played third base the rest of the time.
This is the New York State League? Yeah.
And I wasn't a catcher, so Mac didn't exercise his option on me. And I was drafted by St. Louis.
How'd they know about you, do you know?
Who?
St. Louis. Did you have somebody scouting up there? Did anybody come and see you particularly?
Well, the scout that was up there was a fellow named Kelchner. And he picked, he had his club draft me. So I went to St. Louis, and following spring.
1917, huh?
Mhm. By the way, the fellow, there's a manager of that, not the manager, but the big shot, the business manager, was, what the hell was his name? Oh, the fellow that brought up the first nigger.
Ricky.
For Brett Ricky, yes.
Yeah.
Brett Ricky.
Yeah.
He didn't stay with the club long. He went someplace else. And the manager of the club at that time was itself a field manager, was Fielder Jones,
Oh, yeah.
the old White Sox center fielder.
How was he to play under? Fielder Jones.
Fine.
Yeah. Good manager, was he?
Yeah.
He handled players pretty well.
Yeah.
Was he still playing himself then?
No. You see, that club was taken over, or took over, the old St. Louis Federal League Club at that time.
Yeah, that's right. Phil Ball was the owner, right?
Yep, Bill Ball.
Yeah. He had the Federal League Club when they
That's right.
merged.
And Phil was there, and Bob Quinn was the business manager.
Did you know both? Did you know those people?
Yeah.
Phil Ball. Huh? What was he? A pretty nice chap? Or?
Yeah, we didn't see much of him though.
Yeah, I expect not.
I like Bob Quinn.
Uh-huh.
His son is mixed up in baseball for years, John Quinn.
Mm-hmm. He was the business manager, was he?
Yeah.
Did he have much to do with the players? When you sign a contract, for example, did you negotiate with him, or?
Yes.
Well, who was on that team in 1917? The Browns.
Well,
How about George Sisler? He was in there.
George Sisler was at first base. Darrell Pratt was at second base. Doc LeVan was the shortstop. And Pepper Austin was the third baseman. And Jacobson was the center fielder. Miller, we had about 6 or 7 outfielders, of course.
Is that Elmer Miller? Or
Huh?
what Miller was that?
Yeah, left-hander, right fielder.
Elmer?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
And then there was Alan Southern was the pitcher, and Bob Groom, Ernie Coob.
Coop, he pitched a no-hitter that year?
I was there. That was a year ago today. I mean, so many years ago
Is
today.
that right? Tell me about that game, if you remember very well.
Well, you see, there were 2 no-hit games pitched by the same club in 2 days. But it happened to be one of those games was a doubleheader.
Is that right?
Bob Groom pitched one and Ernie Coob pitched the other. The one day was at the Chicago White Sox. Back at the same club, it was the Black Sox.
Yeah.
Jackson and that crew. Ray Shaw, of course, he wasn't a Black Sox, neither was Eddie Collins.
Well, you were in those games, those no-hitters? You played them?
One.
What was your position then?
Well, I was utility infielder then, they called me.
Which game did you play in, Coob or Groom?
I played in the first game, that was Coop.
It's quite a thrill, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Were you aware that this was developing into a no-hitter as the game went on?
Well, I didn't start that game. I was a pinch runner. And well, yeah, you don't start to think of those things until after about 5 or 6 innings.
You played infield then after you went in the game?
No, I went in as a pinch runner for the pitcher.
Oh, I see.
I put in another pitcher. For a relief pitcher.
Anything like a base hit in that game? Any tough chances in that game? Think it might have been base hits or great fielding play?
No, I don't think it was. I think it was just That's a routine game of the getting hits. That was all. There wasn't anything sensational about it.
If you went in for the pitcher, how could it be a complete
No,
game?
I'm all wet about that. I played in the second game of that doubleheader.
I see.
I mean, I played the same day,
Uh-huh.
and I went in to run for 85, by the way.
Oh, yes? Uh-huh.
And so I wasn't in the no-hitter. I was in the second game of that doubleheader.
The no-hitter was the first game of the doubleheader?
Huh?
The no-hitter was in the first game of the
Yeah,
doubleheader? You
yeah.
were in the second?
And the second game of the doubleheader spoiled the consecutive no-hit games.
And Coop pitched was that the first game that Coop pitched and Groom the day before?
No, Groom.
Pitched the first game that day and Coop the day before.
Yeah.
I see. Well, that's amazing, wasn't it? 2 consecutive no-hitters there.
Well, they weren't consecutive because it was the second game was a doubleheader. That wasn't a no-hitter.
Yeah.
See, the first game of the doubleheader was a no-hitter. Then the second game wasn't a no-hitter. Then
The next day.
the next day,
I see.
the game was pitched by Bob Groom.
Yeah, I see. Well, that's pretty remarkable. 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what was your biggest thrill in baseball? Do you have any things that stand out in your mind?
No, not particular.
What's George's sister like?
Oh, he was a swell fellow.
Uh-huh.
Very nice chap.
How about Baby Doll?
Good hitter. Good fielder for a big fellow. He's a great big fellow.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he was a good fellow. And a good ball player, too. Got to be a pretty good fielder to play center field, you know.
Yeah. And did Ricky manage all the while you were with the Browns?
No. He left. He went to...
Cardinals, did he? Did he jump to the Cardinals? Or?
Yes, he did. Yep, he did. He went to the Cardinals.
How'd Branch Rickey treat you?
Well, he didn't get to see much of the business manager there, and he wasn't there very long after the season started.
How long did you stay with the Browns?
Well, see, that was the year the war broke out.
I see, uh-huh.
And everybody was being drafted and so on and so forth. So I was standing on the corner one night after a game in front of the Beers Hotel. And there was an army camp outside St. Louis. I can't remember what it was now.
Jefferson Barracks?
Huh?
Jefferson Barracks?
I can't remember. But anyway, I was sitting out there in the Elkers every night. They had parades, you know, all over, you know. And here come a big old truck and full of soldiers and so on and so forth. And I was standing there on the curb and looking up, and one monkey looked at me and he said, "Bud, what's the matter with you?" They got in my skin.
You went in then?
Mm-hmm. Joined the Marines.
How long were you in the Marines?
8 years.
Did you play any more baseball?
Well, yes and no. When I came back, I resigned my commission in the Marines. My wife insisted I do that because I was never home. So,
You were an officer in the Marines?
yeah, I was captain. And then I came back home, and Springfield College recommended me as a coach up at the Worcester Polytechnic Institute in Worcester, Massachusetts. So I went up there. And my baseball days, as far as that's, been out for 8 years. But down below the Worcester was down in East Douglas was a fellow that was a baseball nut and a millionaire. So he had a baseball team, and he sent up and wanted to know if I'd come down and play. So I did. Went down and played. We had quite a good ball club. We had Bump Hadley was a pitcher. Hank Greenberg was the first baseman.
Yeah.
That's when he was a high school boy. And Gene doesn't tell the old catcher. We had a good ball club.
Where'd you live after you got out of the Marines?
Worcester, Massachusetts.
And when'd you come here?
I came here in '58.
How'd you happen to move here?
Oh, my father had this property up there, and he died, and I inherited it, and so I like fishing. Got a lot of lakes around here, and I come up here.
Do a lot of fishing, do you?
Mm-hmm.
Did you do hunting during the off season when you're playing ball?
Mm-hmm.
I like to hunt. A lot of ball players went hunting, didn't they?
Yeah.
Where would you go hunting? Up in Michigan here, or out in Maine, or wherever you were?
Well, when I was in Massachusetts, I went in Maine, New Hampshire, and then did some deer hunting, and I did small game hunting in Massachusetts, and I hunted some deer in Massachusetts. And since I came here, why, this is one of the best hunting states in the Union as far as deer is concerned. I think it was 97,000 deer killed in here last season. That's a lot of deer.
Yeah. When'd you get married?
Oh, wait, that was, I think it was 1922.
Oh, after you were in the service then, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I see. But you didn't play any more professional baseball after you went in the Marines?
No, I didn't know league ball.
So your profession, you played just with Utica,
Gettysburg.
Gettysburg? When was that? Was that before Utica?
Before Utica, yeah. Steady flanks hole.
Yeah. He coached there, didn't he? The college there, after a while?
No, his brother.
Right.
His brother managed the club that I played on.
Oh, I see. Did you know him pretty well?
Well, I mean, both. They both did.
Great pitcher. What did you study at college? Anything particular?
Huh?
What studies did you major in college? Anything in particular?
Well, in junior high, it was an AB course. No, just regular arts course.
Did you go 4 years there? Or
Yeah.
Then you went to Springfield or more?
Mm-hmm.
What did you get there? What degree did you get at Springfield?
You get a physical education. PE,
I see.
Bachelor of Physical Education.
I see. Did you coach at Worcester after you went up there?
Mm-hmm.
You coached their baseball team there?
Coached baseball, basketball, football.
How long did you do that?
22 years.
Is that right? That would be from about when now? 1920?
1921 to 41.
Is that right?
43.
You coached all those years, huh?
Yeah.
Is that right? Did you have any championship teams?
Well, I had an undefeated team.
Did you?
First one, the only one they ever had.
Uh-huh.
That's football. We had good basketball teams. We won New England championship several times.
Any of your players go on to professional sports at all?
No.
Big names?
Well, they were all engineer graduates, and actually they weren't interested in anything but
Yeah.
getting out and getting a job.
You're 8 years in the Marines. You were overseas for a couple of years, and then you were over in France, were you?
Mm-hmm.
And when you came back here, where were you stationed?
When I got back here, I went to San Domingo.
Oh. One of the occupations down there, huh?
Yeah.
Under. Well, any interesting stories that happened in your baseball career? Funny incidents or
No.
anything that stand out?
No. I never really had a chance, as far as baseball was concerned. I was still pretty young when I went in the service, and I didn't stay up there long. I jumped to the Marines and never went back. Just sort of a haphazard thing. Didn't know anything.
How about your year with Utica? How'd you do there?
All right.
What'd you hit? Do you remember? Your batting average?
285.
Uh-huh. They play a pretty long schedule?
Yeah, pretty long.
Uh-huh. Any players in that league that made it big later? Remember?
Yeah, Georgie Burns. And
Oh. Is that the George Burns who played the Indians or the one with the Giants?
Giants.
Uh-huh.
Oh, there's quite a few of them. I can't remember them all.
Yeah. Uh-huh. That's a pretty good league, I guess.
Yeah, Jack Leary, he went catching for Cincinnati.
Who was your manager up there again?
Up there was that was Mike O'Neill,
That's right. That's Steve O'Neill family?
brother.
Uh,
And then the old catcher, O'Neill, you see, that was the famous old O'Neill battery. Steve O'Neill.
yeah. Did you ever meet any old ball players anymore? Or see any?
No. I could see him if I go to reunions and so forth, but I've never been in a position to go, I guess. You asked me if I knew this Collimore. Wasn't he a pitcher?
Who's that?
Collimore.
Yeah. I called him up this morning. He didn't want to talk to me. He's up in Battle Creek there. Alan Collimore. I thought it was Harry, but it's Alan. He had a short career, about 1912 or 13, I think. Forgotten who it was. A fellow named Tooley over in Marshall.
What was he?
I don't know. He had a short career too. Have many old baseball books or records or anything?
Oh, I got a lot of
Any pictures you have of yourself in baseball uniform?
I've got one a couple of years now.
Yeah. You like to watch baseball on television?
Oh, yes, I still follow it.
You haven't lost interest in it, huh?
Nope.
You ever get the sporting news at all?
Yeah.
I'll talk into the recorder here just so he's given me here a 1974 membership card to the Old Time Ball Players Association of Wisconsin. And the Board of Advisors have quite a list of names here.
Yes.
Some great ones here, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. Very nice. Do they have regular meetings or annual meetings maybe?
Yeah, every year they have one. They get tickets to one of the ball game in Chicago or someplace like that, and they all attend there and they have meetings after.
Have you been able to get to any of these?
I never have gone up.
Art Mansfield, I never heard of him. Diney Mansfield.
Oh, there's a lot of them you probably haven't heard of.
Yeah.
Short timers like me.
You got a scrapbook there, have you?
Well, I got one here. Time look.
There's some nice old pictures, aren't there?
Yeah.
This one you're at college, huh?
Yeah.
Those yourself?
No. It's that Gettysburg Club.
Oh, I see, huh? Gee. Eddie Plank, huh?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
And there's his brother, I say, the
That's
manager.
Jeff Ira, huh?
And that was me.
Oh, is that you? Let me see. Yeah. Don't have any old pictures you could spare, any copies?
I haven't got any.
Haven't got any, huh? Who's this?
That was a junior.
Do you have any of these pictures here?
Yeah.
This is the Juniata?
That's junior, that's Springfield. Yeah. There's Leslie Mann.
Oh, did you know him pretty well?
Yeah. He
He's
was
wearing
in
a
Springfield with me.
Was that right? He's the one that, remember Douglas? Bill Douglas, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he turned Bill in.
Yeah. Yes, he had that, huh? Is he still living? Man.
As far as I know, he's about my age.
They call you Pete?
Yeah. Nothing in there. I had a telegram here from Hank Greenberg, and I can't find the book.
Oh, is that right? They had a couple of scrapbooks here of his college days and early professional days, which I've just been glancing through.
This is when I retired from, after I got through coaching, I had a job in a factory there. I was a production supervisor.
Oh, let's see. Howard and Schuster?
Schuster.
Can I take a look at the picture there?
Yeah, that's,
Oh, yeah. Nice.
oh, here's it.
Oh, I see. Here's a telegram dated, can't spot a date on this. When would this have been? Remember?
That was the year that I retired from,
Coaching?
no, from this a supervisor of production in this factory there. That's what.
Oh, I see.
That was,
In the 50s then?
yeah, 58.
58. This was in North Grafton, Massachusetts? Or where was it?
No, this was in Worcester,
In
Massachusetts.
Worcester. This is a telegram from Hank Greenberg at the time of his retirement. Says, Win Schuster has conveyed to me your kind invitation to be with you for the Pete Bigler dinner and testimonial. Nothing would please me more than to be with Pete and all his friends for this occasion, as I remember fondly our baseball days together at East Douglas.
Mm-hmm.
That's when he was a high school player. Due to previous engagements, I'm not able to accept your kind invitation.
Well, he was away. I don't blame him.
I do ever want to extend my warm congratulations and best wishes to Pete and all his friends. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, we had this Bunk Hadley, you know. That
Uh-huh.
he died not too awful long ago.
Yeah. Do you have this picture in the wall there? That's you, is it not?
Yeah. No, that was put in that book and given to me after it was after the banquet.
That picture behind here, though, the one in the frame,
Yeah.
you don't have that?
Yeah, I got that.
Oh, did you?
It's a great big thing, though.
Yeah. Well, these are all pictures from that.
Yeah, that's all picture of the banquet.
Oh, yeah. What was your playing weight?
150?
Did you ever have trouble getting into shape in the spring?
No. I was playing basketball all winter.
Yeah, you kept in shape as a coach,
Yeah.
I'll bet.
Oh, yes.
Very interesting. Very nice.
Oh.
Well, it's been very nice talking to you.
Well, glad to talk to you.
And,
We'll probably run into patches of fog along here, because we have at night.
Okay, it's about 10:30 on Wednesday night, July 24, 1974. We're driving back from Bluefield, West Virginia, to our motel in Beckley. We've just interviewed Fred Sheriff Blake, who lives at
106 Lewis Street, Bluefield.
Bluefield, whose telephone number is,
I don't know.
neither do I, it's on the other sheet. We had a real good interview. We got there, we called him up from Beckley. I had his address in Beckley, but it turned out it was wrong.
With the parking lot.
Yeah, it was a vacant lot, and we walked into the sheriff's office in Beckley, and he knew Sheriff Blake, who never was a sheriff, by the way. But we got the street in which he lived in Bluefield, went back to our motel, called up Bluefield Information, got his phone number, then called him up and got him. So he was willing to see us at 7 o'clock. It was all about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so we set it for 7. And then came on down here and had supper and so on, got out to his house about 7 o'clock. And had a real good interview. Now, there are a couple of things which didn't come on the tape that we thought we ought to talk about, so driving back here to keep us occupied as we go through patches of fog on this rather overcast but comfortable evening, we thought we'd fill up the rest of this Ivan Bigler 1/2 of tape with some of our thoughts and some of the other things. So go ahead.
Well, the mine that he worked for, and I guess his father must have worked for it too, was the Stanford, Stanaford, number 2 mine of the New River Coal Company.
How did you find that out?
There was a picture of them putting in some fancy equipment in the late 1950s, and his picture was in the paper with 2 other men as having dreamt up this fancy equipment or something, whatever it was. Apparently he worked with the electrical part of the mine because he strung those high tension wires in the mountains, and I would think...
You say he was working on it until the 1950s?
Yeah.
Would mean
Well,
he was...
74 and say 54, he'd have been 56 or 55.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's very possible.
Yeah,
that...
he said he worked about 20 years after baseball, about 10 years before, which would be about right.
Yeah.
Going into the mines as a kid.
Yeah, but he started working in the mines by 1941, 42, and he worked till 62. He'd have gotten 20 years in.
Of course, he managed Huntington at 41. But
That was the first time he'd ever been kicked out of a baseball game in all the years. Because there's a picture in one of the clippings of that.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, it's saying they finally got him. Or something.
He had 2 huge scrapbooks. The one I looked at, the material was all loose. There were a few pages, a lot of pages, pasted stuff, but a lot of loose stuff too. And the pages had broken free from their loose leaf binding. I don't know, was your scrapbook in the same shape?
Yeah. Yeah, they all needed reinforcements.
Needed to be remounted, redone. Okay, describe him physically.
Oh, my. Oh, he's tall, trim, good looking, with a nice shock of white hair, very neat in his habits. His apartment was neat. All his suits were very carefully hung up. His shoes were polished.
It was kind of a dumpy-looking place from the outside, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it was...
And it wasn't that ornate inside, but it was...
Well, I imagine that'll be furniture, that'll be furnished. You know, he probably rents it furnished. I imagine he's gotten rid of everything. Because I think he never really has gotten over his wife's death. And the program where he had put flowers in the church was dated May, what did I tell you?
65.
Yeah, it was May 23rd or something, 1965. So she must have died about that time. And now he can't stand being in the one place very long. He likes to pack up and go when his spirit moves him.
Said he never drove much. She did all the driving, I guess. When he was in the big time. Even now he doesn't have a car. He goes, like he's going to go to Beckley tomorrow. We thought we might interview him in Beckley tomorrow morning. The sheriff was going to take me out to meet him, but we figured it'd be better to get him at home in the event he had pictures and things like he did. So we got him there. But he does drive up to Beckley from time to time. He goes by bus, though. Says he can get the bus just down the corner. He can go so many places by bus. It's just more convenient than by car.
You know, what was I telling you that he was telling me when you were out in the car?
Ladies' Day?
Oh, yeah, about Ladies' Day.
We have something on the tape about that, but...
Yeah, okay, so I read this article, and it was talking about who was, what was Wrigley's name? Sam or?
William.
William.
Okay, Wrigley.
Well, was there a Spud Wrigley?
son was Philip. I guess that may be.
All right, so
Talking
he
about-
went. Apparently, he went into the Wrigley Stadium in California one day, and he looked at the stands, and he said, "Yeah, how horrible." That was practically a quote, because it was all men in the stands, and this he disliked intensely.
What the father did?
Well, I don't know which. I take it was his son, because he liked women, and so, but maybe it was the father. I don't know. And he
Wrigley
said,
Field in Los
Yeah.
Angeles.
yeah, and he said something has got to be done about this. So he was letting the women in free 3 days a week. And he thought that was much nicer. And the other ball clubs started to complain. So what they did was, he worked out the financial arrangements, because he said he couldn't stand seeing only men in the stands. And he worked out an arrangement and paid the women. Actually, I think it cost him something like 35 cents for every woman that came in free on these days that he had Ladies' Day. But Wrigley paid it, so the women would come to the ball game, which I thought was quite interesting. That was in one of those scrapbooks.
We're now approaching the Princeton and the southern end of the turnpike, which will be going on if I don't miss the exit here. What else did he tell you while I was outside? I went out to get cameras after the first hour. We got a good 2-hour tape. Assuming it taped.
Yeah, well, there was something else I told you that he told me about while you were outside. Not that I read, that he told me. And what was it? Don't you remember?
About his sister?
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I don't think that was it. But his younger sister. He had 3 sisters, apparently, and the youngest sister lives in Beckley. And he said she's his boss now, and she owns half the medical center with some doctor. She does. Better slow down.
Approaching the entry to the turnpike. What about his wife and her influence?
Well, I think that she must have done an awful lot for him. Now, that's just my opinion. Because, you could tell she was a looker.
Good morning. Morning. Yes, good morning.
I don't know where he gets this good morning. Unless our watches are wrong.
I got 11:15. That's good morning.
That's what I've got, so. I'm wondering if we should have a cup of coffee.
Is there a stop joint up here?
I think there is. Well, anyway, I mean,
Food,
they made
7 miles.
They made a very handsome couple.
Yeah.
But you could just tell by the way she looked at in that huge, she was obviously popular with the photographers, because there were several pictures of her with her legs crossed in that album I went through in the newspapers.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And remember you asked me who the 2 women were in that great big picture? Well, the one with her legs crossed was his wife.
I don't remember asking you that.
Well, you did. I showed it to you, and I said, look at this. And that was his wife. And you can tell a lot of those pictures that he has must be by professional photographers, because they're all the same type.
Yeah.
I'll bet you.
Tell about his picture collection.
Well, it was fantastic. And then he handed me an autograph book
Well,
that
that's
I
great.
thought was an autograph book. And it was inscribed on the outside, the Chicago Cubs, 1930.
To Fred
his-
Blake. Or
to
Sheriff
Fr-
Blake.
Yeah, to Sheriff Blake.
Jones.
And I don't know quite now why he got that. You suppose all of them would get it?
Maybe they all got them.
And there were pictures.
5 by 7 size pictures.
Pictures of everybody on the team, all autographed.
Yeah. Each one mounted on a separate page.
Yeah.
And a neat little personal inscription on each one. Beautiful pictures, although one or two wrote across their face.
I couldn't quite figure that out. But
You got a little flashlight? I get a flashlight out so I can use it with my ashtray. Thank you. Keep it on now.
and he had all these, he had scads and scads of pictures. And you notice all the big pictures of him with the regular cardboard covers, the way photographers used to give out formal portraits, all had the cardinal emblem on them.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that many of the cardboard frame.
Well, I guess I was the one that saw those, because I kept picking them up, putting in envelopes, and he kept dumping them out. And he had the training schedule was printed for spring training. And at the end of spring training, they had a brochure with all the statistics on it of each player.
He had the beautiful World Series programs of 1929 from each city. The Cubs program was small.
Statistics on it of each player.
He had the beautiful World Series programs of 1929 from each city. The Cubs program was small and not very big, not very thick, although it had some good pictures in it. The Philadelphia program was big, probably 9 by 12, much thicker with full-length shots. The Cubs program just had the little head shots. Two beautiful World Series programs, with one of them, I think Chicago Cubs one, had the game scored.
And the printed menu for the menu for the special train that they ran to Philadelphia
From Chicago.
from Chicago.
That World Series.
And even on their training trips, on the trains they had printed menus, of which you now are the proud possessor of one.
Yeah.
And what I was going to tell you was one was lunch or one was breakfast and one was dinner.
They weren't the same then.
No, they weren't the same. I started to tell you and then I thought I wouldn't bother to say anything. I'd just be quiet. No, I'm sure he wouldn't have cared what you had taken when he's giving away all his baseballs and everything. But I think his wife must have been an awfully kind-hearted woman. She seemed to mother everybody on the team.
What was that story you told at the end there? About the plane?
Well, after a game, he came out,
It was the Phillies, wasn't it?
yeah, to get in the car. And there was a girl and a young man in it. And his wife said, I'm going to take them home. And the boy said something about the call on him. And he apparently had been sent in as a pinch hitter, I think. And so Blake realized he was on the other team. It was the first of a 3-game series. And Landis apparently didn't encourage this fraternization between the teams, from what I gathered.
Yeah.
And but they took him home anyway. And the next day, the girl sat with Mrs. Blake in the stands because Mrs. Blake felt sorry for her. And she asked Mrs. Blake if Fred would get her an autographed ball for the club. And he did, and he sent it over to the clubhouse during the 3rd game of the series. And he never saw the kid again. They never saw this young couple again. And later, this was in 1929, he got a letter from the commanding officer of the USS Concord, which is based in the East Coast apparently, thanking him for the autographed ball which Phillips, apparently this boy's name was Phillips, had gotten from Blake, and how much it meant to the men on the ship, and they were all such great baseball fans, how they all wanted to handle it, and they were smearing the autographs, and some of them didn't believe it was real, but this commander knew that it was, and wishing him all the best and the team all the best in the coming year, and if he was ever there in wherever the Concord was stationed or based, to come and see him because they did a royal welcome. That was that story. What were some of those other stories you told?
You mean this guy was actually in the Philadelphia team?
Yeah.
He played on the team?
Yeah, his name was Phillips.
Was Blake pitching against him when the call
I think
pitched?
so. I think so. Phillips was
If I had the tape, I'd have pursued that more fully. That was quite a story. And it was the commander was the kid's father?
No, he was just a friend apparently, or a nephew. This boy was a nephew of the commander.
Oh, I see.
But he didn't think he had made it. Because he never heard of him again. He didn't. But then he told some stories afterwards. After the tape went off. About baseball players.
Would this place be open now?
I would think they're open 24 hours a day.
The snack bar a mile up the road, if you want to get a cup of coffee in.
Yeah, I think.
I don't get run over by this truck first.
Yeah. Get off our tail. I wish they would.
I'd pull over if I wasn't going to this place.
There it is, half a mile. I put on my blinker light and let him go. That's on him. And this is why I won't drive over Route 50 at night. It is. There, we're coming into it now. You got your bright lights on?
Yeah.
I'll put them on so we can see. How do you get in?
He's coming too.
Is he right in here?
Cars go.
Over there on the front.
Shut this thing off. I'll find where to shut it off then.
Is it the lamp? Okay. Now, what else did we have?
Can I turn here?
No, there's a big bump here.
Can I turn this way?
Uh-huh.
Just stopped for coffee at the service plaza 7 miles north of Princeton.
Yeah, it has a
And
name.
I'm trying to get out of here.
I'll tell you what the name is. Try and find a flashlight. It's called the Bluestone Stack Bar.
That guy's not going to pull out right behind me now, is he?
Why don't you let him go ahead? Maybe he's coming out. May as well. Is he coming?
Yep.
They stop for coffee too. I'd hate to be those women working in there at night.
Like a what?
I hate to be those women working in there at night. Now we have all that in the tape about
He's stopping.
about her being a. Didn't he say she was a nurse, aide or something in World War I? And he
Yeah.
didn't marry her till 1925.
Yeah, and in World War I, he was 18.
Yeah,
She may have been a little bit older than he
well,
was.
that's what I'm thinking. When you work it out that way. Well, now, when was he played with the Cardinals in what year? I couldn't quite understand. He came up with the Pirates first.
Yeah, 1920, and sold to the Cubs finally in 24. And in 31, he played with a couple of teams. Cardinals, I guess. And then went back to the minor leagues. Then came back up to the Browns in 1937-38. Hornsby got him back up then. And he said some story about, that's what I wanted to get on the tape and did, story about going to ruin him, bringing him back up at his age.
Yeah, well, okay, so that was it. And there was a big story in the paper about how Hornsby had called up this 38-year-old relief pitcher, or this 38-year-old pitcher that, and he said he could help them go because he only wanted him as a relief pitcher to fall back on. Now, how long was he up? 2 years?
He may have been up part of 37 and 38. Do your flashlight on, I'm going to put this cigar out.
Oh, wait till I find it.
Okay.
And, yeah, that was in there. When Farrell was traded, there was a great outburst in Chicago. Farrell.
Yeah, they traded. That was on the tape, wasn't it?
I know, but there were several articles in there. Everybody was up in arms, apparently, in
They
Chicago.
traded
about it.
O'Farrell and was it George Grantham to the Cardinals
Something like
for this for Hartnett,
Yeah.
Gabby Hartnett. And O'Farrell became the most valuable player in the league that year at St. Louis.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, 926, he's the most valuable player. He was there. He managed them, coached them, or captained them. At any rate, Hartnett went on at a much greater career though.
Did you interview Wormsby? Wormsby?
Put these things back there.
Roger?
Oh, heavens no. He would have been an impossible interview.
Well,
So there were a lot of stories in the book criticizing the trade
yeah.
Because the-
Newspaper articles.
because the Cubs were mad at losing O'Farrell for this unheard of
Yeah.
rookie Hartnett.
That's right. And then there were the columns by Babe Ruth that he had written in some paper. I don't know which one.
Christy Walsh wrote it probably.
Because nothing was dated.
Yeah, I know. None of the pictures have names on them either.
And in 1927 and 28, they had thermometers showing Ruth's progress if he was going to better his own record. So obviously they were keeping track of it. But there was one article there that said something about Gary went to Columbia.
Yeah.
Eddie Collins went to Fordham.
Now, Colin went to Columbia too. They both went to Columbia.
Didn't Collins go to Fordham?
No. Frisch went to Fordham.
Oh, Frisch went to Fordham.
Flag. Yeah.
And somebody named Mullins said they all went to college. I did too. I went to the University of Cincinnati.
Mullins.
Mullins, yeah, I'm
There
sure.
was George Mullen who pitched for Detroit. But I think he was much earlier. Mullins.
I thought that was a name because they had Eddie Collins' picture in the paper, and they had a list of the players that had went to the different colleges. Obviously not for very long.
He didn't go to West Virginia Wesleyan very long. Did he?
No, I could have quite understand that. I couldn't quite see how he ended up with Greenbrier Military Institute either.
He went there first, I'm sure.
Yeah, he said he went there
He
first.
went up to West Virginia Wesleyan. But at least we found out that's how the Pirates heard about him. Pitching for West Virginia Wesleyan against some teams.
Like Duquesne and that.
Pirate connections. They heard about him. He must have done pretty well with WVW.
Well, I would think that would be able to be checked out.
Where?
WVW. WVW. Did we get all that in the tape about his grandfather being a rebel?
That may not be on the tape because I think we were looking through some pictures then. And I had it off, a lot of that. What was that story?
Well, his grandfather was in the Confederate Army. And after the war, he went, because he came from Virginia.
I think maybe that is on the tape, but go ahead and tell it anyhow.
And then he went to work in the mines and he died of, I guess it would be black lung.
Yeah.
In those days they called it miner's asthma. When Fred Blake was 5 years old. And his grandmother, just a little bitty woman of 90, she was always waiting for her pension.
Oh, yeah. Never got
Which
it.
she never got.
No.
But his wife must have been something, the way she'd drive the whole ball team across the country in those days.
Very self-reliant woman. As you say, she probably helped him a lot.
Oh, I'm sure she must have. There's that picture in the beach, she was the one in shorts.
Yeah, that was some picture.
Yeah, she was a very striking woman. There was an article in there about English. He must just have come up. And how he had struck out 5 times or something in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was one little story. And then, of course, there's stories in there about the headline I showed you about Jess Haynes.
Uh-huh.